So we are recording for 2186 All Ears English. Here we go. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Hey, Michelle, what's shaking?
Hey, Lindsay, not too much. How are you?
Feeling fantastic. What's going on in New York these days?
Ooh, well, been getting more beautiful, the weather, but then it's been raining like crazy
Yeah.
the past couple days, so that's
Hmm.
no fun. But it's okay. It's all part of the fun. Lindsay, have you had to call anyone out recently for some sort of negative behavior or situation? To call anyone
Mm.
out?
There is someone I need to call out in my family. I haven't done
Uh-oh.
it yet. I am afraid to.
Yeah.
I need to do it. I need to do it. So,
Yeah, that
yeah.
can be tough. That can be
Hmm.
tough. Well, good
Yeah.
luck, whatever it is.
Thank you. What about you, Michelle? Any
Ooh, good.
nerve-wracking conversations?
Uh,
Mhm.
that is. Yeah. Yes, actually, there is one conversation. I'm not even gonna say about who it is that I constantly need to call someone out for, and
Wow.
yeah, but every time I get nervous and I don't do it. So
It's so
I
hard with family, isn't it? It's so hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't family, but
Okay, friends. Yes,
yeah.
okay. All right.
It's okay. It's okay. I just yeah. So I need to get that courage. I have done
Okay.
it once before, but anyway, not the point. So guys, remember to hit follow wherever you listen to the All Ears English podcast so you never miss anything from us. And one of the fun things that we've been doing on this show has been our Spotify key polls. We just did one yesterday that was super fun.
I
So
know.
listen to that as well. But the episode 2154, that was from Monday, February 26th. So a little while ago, we did a fun poll. This episode was called Never Arrive Empty Handed American Party Etiquette. Lindsay, do you want to share the poll and the results?
Yeah, this is super interesting. So, our audience, we asked you again, would you rather do X or Y, right? So, would you rather be a guest at a party or host a party? So, the results are 83% of you would rather be a guest at a party.
Wow.
That's interesting. And 17% would rather host a party. That's really interesting. I think I'd rather host a party in a way.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I said in that episode, but my mind changes all the time. I just think it's kind of fun to have people in your space. Sometimes I feel more confident when I'm hosting rather than attending a party. It's your space. You're not in someone else's home. I don't know. Maybe that's a weird opinion. I don't
No,
know.
it's not a no, it's not a weird opinion. 17% of listeners agree with you. I think it's easier to be the guest. I like to be the guest, but I do like being home so that I don't have to go home at the end,
Right, and you're already home.
especially if it's cold.
But the only problem is you do end up spending, sometimes more in the summer, we'll host people out on our patio. You do
Yeah.
end up spending like most of the day cleaning and preparing for the party,
Right. Well, the
most
other
of the
day
time.
we had some friends over to play with the kids, and we cleaned so much because it was a disaster. We cleaned so much. It was we were imagining, like, the song The Chicken Dance in the background.
Yeah, yeah, of
Because
course.
these were last minute plans,
Oh,
so we
no.
started cleaning, and they came over, and then, of course, it's kids, right? So
Of
everything becomes a mess
course.
anyway. But I was thinking, I'm still glad that they came rather than we went there because it was raining really, really hard.
Oh, that's the
So
advantage. Yeah.
so that was the advantage, that we didn't have to deal with the weather and we were just in our own space. But it
Love
was nice.
that. Love that. All right. So thank you for participating in the poll, everyone. Go ahead and check out today's poll. There is a poll for every episode on Spotify. So go and
Yes.
make your voice heard. All
Yes.
right. Okay.
All
Where to
right.
now?
Well, today we have a great listener question about the phrasal verb to call out.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Lindsay, could you read the question for us?
Oh my gosh, yes. This is from June Ting. And June Ting says, I've been watching All Ears English for 2 years. So June must be a YouTube watcher. Love that.
Yes. Hi.
Everyone, don't forget that you can catch All Ears English on YouTube. Every episode is now on YouTube. So check it out over on YouTube. I love all of the awesome episodes you've made. If possible, could you please make an episode to get deep into the phrasal verb call out? I've heard a lot
Mm.
about this phrasal verb. It seems that it has many different usages, such as call something out, call somebody out, call out on something. I really have
Yeah.
no idea how to use this phrasal verb correctly. Thank you for the explanation in advance. Looking forward to your new episode and kind regards from China, June Ting.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
question.
Thank you, June. Yeah, this is a good specific one. So let's do it. Let's get into it. So,
Yes.
call out. Call somebody out. There's a
Mhm.
few ways this is used, but we're going to focus on two main ones today.
Great.
So, the first one to call out, this is a little bit different. To
Huh.
say to shout for something.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, for example, she called out to him, but he didn't hear her. That's really important,
Mhm.
the order, right? She called out to him,
Exactly.
called out to him, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Because
Yeah.
if you said she called him out,
Different.
that would mean the second thing,
Okay.
okay? So the second meaning is to tell someone something that they did was wrong, maybe with some demand for them to say why something happened. You wanna get an explanation. So, for
Mm.
example, "I have to call you out for what you said earlier."
And then everyone's thinking, "Oh, here it comes," right? Here's something
Yeah,
negative. Here's
yeah.
something. Yeah, interesting how these seem so similar, but they're so different,
Right,
Michelle.
right. Do you think you use one more frequently than the other? Or when you hear if I just said, "Talk about call out," which one are you thinking?
I would think the second one.
Yeah,
Call someone out for something. Yeah,
right.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it is, I think it is more common to use it in that way. When I hear it, that's the first thing I think, but I did wanna
Yeah.
highlight this other way,
Yeah.
and then we can talk more about that. But I think they're both for the most part, pretty common, but I
Yeah.
think about
Yeah.
someone behaving in a negative way that you need to get them to stop doing.
No, yeah, I think, there's a time and a place for call out to someone. Maybe you would read that in a book, like a mystery novel, calling out
Mhm.
to someone and the person wasn't anywhere to be found.
Right.
Different contexts for sure. So it's not that it's not common, it's just specific to certain situations. And I feel like in our lives these days, to call someone out is more relevant. We see people getting called out, in the media all the time, right?
Yeah.
For comments they make, that kind of thing. That's also, applicable to this phrasal verb.
Absolutely. So, well, this is one, this example shows one other context where
Uh-huh.
you might hear call out in the first way.
Okay.
I'm going to call out all the names of people who haven't submitted their registration.
Yes. Yeah. Or you might think in school, the teacher
Right,
calls out the
exactly.
names of the kids who need to retake the test or something, right? Dramatic.
Yeah, right, right, right. So that is a way that you might hear it with that context.
Mhm.
Lindsay, what's another example?
All right. So he thought he got away with cheating, but his teacher called him out after class. So that
Ooh,
would be the second
uh-uh.
meaning, right, Michelle? That would be the second meaning? Is that
Yep,
Yep.
exactly, yep, she told
Mhm.
him she did something wrong, maybe he thought he got away with it,
Yeah.
but nah, she called him out.
Yes, nice. Is this formal, informal, Michelle, business, life? What do we think?
I think it's anything. I think this is very versatile.
Yeah.
I think it's just a regular phrasal verb, and it can go any direction. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think nowadays, as we say on Business English all the time, we bring human
Yeah,
language into
yeah,
business. So 100% I could see this being used in the business world. Call
yeah.
someone out. Mhm.
Definitely. So, perfect. So, let's talk about some other ways that we would use the first use because we
Okay.
were saying it might not feel as common.
Yeah.
Right? So, here
Mhm.
we go. So, another thing you could say is shout out or shout. Uh, sh-
Yes.
I shouted her name, but she didn't hear me.
Yes, shout out to someone, right?
Mhm,
To yell at
mhm,
someone is a little bit
mhm,
different, but I
mhm.
guess I guess could you say yell out to someone? I suppose you could.
Yeah, you could. I
Yeah,
yelled out
sure.
to you because I saw that you were about to cross the street and
Sure.
cars were coming.
Sure. You could say that. And
Yeah.
what about another one?
Another one is announce. So this is the one in the example of the class. Maybe we're calling out some names.
Right.
So you could also say, I'm going to announce the names of the people who
Right.
haven't completed their registration.
Yeah. But the important thing to note here is we do not say announce out to someone in
No.
that
Yes.
same way. Just announce the
Good
name.
point.
Announce
Good
something,
point.
announce someone, right?
Yes.
Announce the winners, that sort of thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, Michelle, what's next?
So now we're going to go over to the second part where we talked
Mhm.
about calling someone out for doing something. So this
Yeah.
one, it was a little bit harder for me to find a synonym because I think this one is so useful, but
Yeah.
these could work. So the first one is to name someone for something,
Yeah. Interesting.
but I
To
just
name
don't. Yeah, name. Well, you could say name the blame or
Right, right,
right,
right. Naming
but I don't.
names.
Right, right, right. Exactly. Or to have someone answer to you.
Okay, so I'm thinking, yeah, to have someone answer to you or to blame someone. But yeah, there's not a lot. That's the thing about phrasal
I
verbs. There are
know.
not a lot of synonyms for phrasal verbs because that's why they're so complicated.
Yeah.
They're so
Right,
specific.
exactly. There you know what? I'm gonna take out name. I'm not sure really what I was thinking there when I wrote it. I know I had
Oh,
something in my head, but or do you
no, I was just gonna say, Michelle, for another episode, let's teach the phrase "I'm not naming names." I love that. It's
ah.
so good and it's funny
Oh,
and
oh, I'm not naming names. That is
not naming
fun.
names, guys. Please hit follow on All Ears English because you
Yes,
will
I'm
love
gonna
that
do that
episode
for
coming soon
sure.
this spring. Good stuff. Yeah, I
Yes.
think there's not a lot of other things that we could say to call someone out for something.
Right? It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's perfect, and I can't think of a better one.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So that's the one. That's it. It's call
That's the
someone out.
one.
That's the
Go
one
with
you
it.
have to
Make it
use,
simple,
guys.
right?
Yeah.
So, here we go. Let's do a role play and show how this is used. So, here we
All right,
go.
here we go.
Here we are, camp counselors.
All right, here we go. Okay. So did you announce the plans for the day?
I did. I had to call out some of the campers for not paying attention.
Ugh, they never do. I always have to shout so they'll listen.
Same. You know, I saw you the other day.
Why didn't you say hi?
I tried. I called out your name, but you were on the phone.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry. I won't blame you.
Next time, just yell louder.
Okay.
Nice. So maybe we were in town or something. We had a day off, right? And
Right.
we were both downtown or something, and you saw me. Okay, interesting. So first, I said, "Okay, so did you announce the plans for the day?" And so this is more
Mhm.
similar to the first call out the
Right.
plans,
Right.
right?
Right. And then I said I had to call out some of the campers for not paying attention. So I had to scold them. I had to
Yeah.
tell them to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. And so when it comes to separating that and putting the pronoun in the middle, we can do that because they call them out.
Mhm.
And you could also say call the campers out. It feels a little more cumbersome
Right?
to me to say that. I would tend to put a pronoun only, call him out,
Yeah.
call her out, call them out,
Mhm.
rather than call the campers out, call my teacher out, call my coworker out. It works, but it's just a little cumbersome, I think.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm.
And then you said, um, I always have to shout so they will listen.
I always have to shout so they will listen. And then you said, I tried. I called out your name. So that was the first meaning, but you were
Mhm.
on the phone.
Mhm. And you said, "Don't worry, I won't blame you." So
Hmm.
you're joking around.
And then I'm saying, next time, just yell louder.
Yeah. Lindsay, right?
Nice. Yeah, perfect. All right. What's our takeaway for today? First of all, hit follow because we're going to have a fun episode about that
Not
phrase and maybe
naming
a few
names.
others, naming names.
That is a fun one.
That's
That's
a
good.
fun one.
I'm
Maybe
excited.
there are others that are similar to that, like you
Mhm.
repeat a word. I don't know. We'll talk about it, Michelle. But good stuff coming up on All Ears English. And any
Yes.
takeaway for today's episode with the difference
Yes.
between these 2? Mhm.
Well, again, like we said, Lindsay and I both agreed that to call someone out is more common in the second definition that we discussed today. That we are telling someone they did something wrong, telling them we found out about their behavior, someone's
Yeah.
cheating, you call someone
Mhm.
out. Okay. But call out in the other way is still used sometimes. We gave you some other options, but when
Mhm.
we tried to give other options for calling someone out for negative behavior, it was tough. So we want you to know that that is definitely the best option.
Yeah, that one is very precise and specific. So
Yes.
I would
Yes.
say takeaway, start using that one to call
Yeah.
someone out. Think about who is there someone in your life, your family, your friends that you need to
Oh.
call out for something, some kind of behavior. Think about it, talk about it. You don't have
Yes.
to do it if you're not ready, but just use it in context, right? Use this phrasal verb in context, Michelle. Yes, and then bring your
Awesome.
stories.
Yes,
All
please
right.
do, please do. All
Come
right,
on.
Lindsay, this was fun. Thank you so much to June, our listener, for this great question and for listening always, and everyone have a great day.
All right, take care, Michelle. Bye.
Bye.